Hi folks, it is the 12th of August, I believe, or the 13th maybe. Yeah, Thursday the 13th. Welcome. Yeah, just here in the studio. I'll just take the camera here off and just show you some things. Just what's generally going on in the studio here. Yes, some tankers, of course, always tankers. En route, some here. Also I've got some over here that are partially glazed over there, and then various types of T-bowls here, different designs. Some of them you'll be familiar with, of course. Just turn that fan off. So yeah, altered forms, just doing a few sort of altered forms at the moment. These had slip painted on them, which yet to be fired, awaiting glaze. So there's those, and outside here drying I've got a few other bits and pieces to show you. So yeah, some more altered forms here. An altered bowl like this, sort of scalloped edge. This is more like a sort of like a flowered form, like a flower, like a lotus blossom maybe. Another altered form type of T-bowl. And a ding-a-ling. That is a bell, it will be a bell. Needs a clapper, which will probably be made out of wood. Another altered form here. And then all of these bowls here with various types of Hakami white slip decorations. These of course will have a kind of clearish glaze that goes over the outside, and then iron oxide. Really the Hakami sort of forms a backdrop to your decoration. That's how I look at it. I mean, it is really part of the decoration. This is like got a swirl on the inside, but the bit in the middle that I missed, I'm going to turn into a fish. Yes, combination of actual white slip and also a cobalt blue slip, which I'm just experimenting with. Yeah. So yeah, squared off bowls, etc. Swirl inside that one. They should be nice, and there some ladies' mugs. They were part of an order that is outstanding. Anyway, I thought what I'd do is, oh yeah, a couple of other forms here, which is in fact what I'm going to do now. I'm going to throw one of these kind of bowls, which I kind of like, rather shallow bowls with a kind of nibbled edge. Nibbled edge, yeah, or not really nibble, but you know, just an altered edge. So there we go. I got a pound of clay here. I'm gonna make one of these now, and we'll talk about that as we go. So welcome everybody, welcome to my potting shed. Yeah, potting shed, that's a good word, isn't it? Potting shed. Going down the potting shed. Right, whoa. Tools, what do I not need? Well, I don't need my trim tools. Okay. Sponge stick, we need that. Leather, we need that guy. Throwing stick, I always like, you know, when I start throwing, to wet my tools. You don't want to pick up tools if they've got clay on with people find that little bits of clay come off on your hands. It's better just to wet your tools, you know, to start with, I find. Everything, just wet it. There we go. Right, let's, oh yeah, my rear view mirror, seen a little dirt from the track, what? I like to throw with a mirror, oops. As you know, I recommend that you get a mirror. If you're not throwing with a mirror, you could be having a whole new experience. So, yeah, let's just pull up some clay here, as always. Cone up the clay, and then center it down into itself. And hold it there like that for a second, then release slowly. Remember, always release your hands. If you give pressure to clay, don't suddenly just take your hands off quickly. You want to take your hands off slowly. To enable the centrifugal force to sort of equalize out. If you suddenly take your hands off, you find the centrifugal force. I can demonstrate it here easily by giving pressure to this lump of clay, and then I take my hands off quickly. You see what's happened to the clay? You give pressure, it's on center now, it's on center. Take your hands off quickly, he's off center. Okay, same lump of clay, here we go again. You give pressure, hold, release slowly. He's on center still. Alright, so righty ho, let's break in here. So I've got to think about this bowl. It's going to have enough thickness in the foot to allow me to trim it. Now I'm going to push in underneath quite a lot like that, and now pull out and up. Just slowing my wheel speed down here. Now what I've got to really concentrate on with this form is making sure, as I tell people, make sure when you throw a bowl, get the inside form right first. Don't worry too much about the outside. The outside will follow the inside. Get the inside shape right. So as I am pulling up the clay, I'm very conscious of this inside form here that I'm creating. Let's just bring the camera down here for a little bit of the action, because you're a bit. So I'm looking for a curve. You see these bowls here. I want to have a real nice, gentle, smooth curve, because it's going to really catch the eye, isn't it? If the inside of these is got ridges in it or corners. So I've got to make sure that we don't allow that to form. You see. Whoa, technical stuff, Simon. You're talking today? No, not really. This is sort of stuff that you do without really, you know, verbalizing it, but I'm just, so I'm pulling it out. It's got a narrow foot, so it's got quite a lot of overhang, you see. So I've got to be careful with my speed. It's one of the reasons I like this kind of wheel, is because with a treadle wheel like this I can really control my speed. Okay, let's just remove any water here so we can. It's looking good so far. Make sure you always keep the piece and everything adequately lubricated with water, because, you know, if I hit a dry spot somewhere out here, out towards the edge of the bowl as it's going around. If I suddenly hit a dry spot, that could really send the thing off balance, couldn't it? You really need equal watering over your pots. You know? Okay, I've got one of these ribs. I was cleaning out one of my water pots after the last workshop actually. And I found one of these ribs in one of the water pots down the bottom. That's not all I found actually. I found a load of stuff. I found a needle tool. I found, I don't know. I found whoops. I lost it. It's gone down onto the. If you drop any of your tools, you know, either on the floor or just off the side anyway, don't just pick them up and carry on working with them. You really need to make sure that they are thoroughly cleaned off, you know. I mean, rinse them off under the tap. Just make sure they're clean, okay, because they'll pick up dirt off the floor, that'll get into your clay, that'll cause blowouts, it'll cause all sorts of problems. Okay, so I'm going to take this rib and very carefully just apply the rib here like this to the inside, so we get a nice smooth inside. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to leather like that, and now I'm going to bring this guy over here because I get confused sometimes when I'm doing this. So let's bring the camera down, or closer in, I should say, just so you can see what I'm going to do here. I got this idea actually. It's not one of my ideas, but I haven't made any of these for years. So I'm putting two fingers there and I'm pushing out like that. Okay, see what that's done? So now I'm pushing in on this side here, I'm going to push in. Like that. So this edge I curl that way and that one I curl out. Like that. And then right next to it here, I'm going to do that again. Like that. The way I sort of think of it mentally is, you know, like it comes across like this, so we're going to push it there, like that, and now here, like that, and again there. It's going to go that way, and between these two it's going to come this way. I'll sort of try and get them equal, you know, as much as is humanly possible, you know, bearing in mind that this is a handmade pot, you know, we're not machines, are we? No, we are not. Thank God for that. So here, down there, and then finally here, the last one, we're just gonna like that. Okay, that's it. Let's just have a quick look at him. You could have a go at one of these, couldn't you? They're not that difficult. Just take a little thinking, a little planning. Alright, so you notice he's got a nice flat but continuous curve on the inside there. Alright, so what we've got to do now is give him a stick. Get a stick here. Oh yeah, leather. So despite the fact that he's got this rippled edge, we're still going to leather him. And I do this holding the leather kind of loosely, and I just let it curve around it like that, and I hold it real loose. I don't know if you can see how the leather is moving. I'm not holding it tight to the form, you see. Just let the leather follow the ripply edge. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him because to get this off the wheel, I haven't thrown him on a bat. Partly because I'm lazy, and partly because this wheel does not have any bat pins. So if I want to throw anything on a bat, I have to throw a bat pad and then put the bat onto that, and just for doing this one, it's not really worth it. I can't be bothered, so I'm just using this approach, using the torch. That'll do. So now I take a bat here, take my wire, clean my wire, hold the wire like that and underneath. And now just going underneath like that, and he should just come off. See, there he is. What I want to avoid is deforming it, you see. That is the crux of the matter. Alright, so there he is. I think you'll agree with me, that's quite a pleasant form, isn't it? And you can, if you want to, you know, do a decoration or something on the inside like I've done with this particular one. Now I do have some over there that are ready for trimming. I'm not sure how we are with time, but maybe I can quickly at least attempt to trim one, show you how to do that, because so these are some I did recently here. So as you can appreciate, with these sort of edges here, if I was to put this just face down on the wheel head, it might not be a good idea. So I came up with this idea of using this shelf liner stuff. It does mean that it's not actually attached to the wheel head very well. So it does have a tendency to slide around a bit, but yes, perhaps not for the faint-hearted. But you see, I've got this finger here. Now, that's the all-important finger. You know, when you're trimming the way I do, anyway. That finger there, you know, the just-in-case finger. You need it. So just trimming this. Let's bring that camera in for a little bit of detail quickly. Something like that. Wow, it's so humid here these days. Whew. Okay, so I'm just, yeah, as I do this, I look in my mirror here just to help me to crystallize the form in my thinking, what I'm aiming at. So if I notice he's gone off centre, I just tap him a bit. Give him a few taps. So okay, now I'm going to open out the inside here, establishing the width of the foot here. Quite early on when I do my trimming, I usually do that with the feet. Now I've got to trim this, still keeping some pressure here in the middle, as much as I can, because he will move. You see what I mean? But it's okay. That's all good. We're not going to let that worry us. When I do trimming, I don't like to fuss. A lot of people I notice are very particular, very sort of, when they're trimming a piece of clay, it's like they're working on a lathe, you know, sort of like, well, I mean, a potter's wheel, it is a kind of lathe, isn't it, really, if you think about it. Well, I like to get the trimming done quick because you can get a lot more expression in cut clay if you do it quickly than if you fuss over it and spend ages upon it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jellybean? So I just like to get it done sort of with as little fuss as possible and quick. Quick. Okay. That'll do. Alright, let's have a look at him quickly. Oh wait a minute, let's bring this camera out a bit. We're going to have to wrap this clip up, folks. Sorry, don't mean to rush, but okay, that's just, you just seen me throw one and you've just seen me trim one. Okay, there it is. Okay, you can follow along with these, see how we finish them off, etc. If you're interested in a Leach treadle wheel, I'm taking orders. Well, I'm not taking orders. I've got 2 that will be available. Give me a shout if you are interested in a Leach treadle wheel, like this. Nicer than this one, though, to be honest. And yeah, workshops. We do have workshops on the schedule on my website there, on the calendar. I'm going to be away. Some of those dates won't apply. I've got to be away in Texas in about a week's time. A week tomorrow I've got to go down to San Antonio to Roadrunner Studio. Ron Wilson and his gang down there are going to be going down to Roadrunner. San Antonio, be down there. I'll be doing 2 workshops, Saturday, Sunday, and then on the Thursday and the Friday. That's 20th and 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th and 25th. Roadrunner Studio in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to be down in Texas again in September in Waco, and that's sort of early September. That's only about a week after. That must be crazy. Then I've got to go down to San Antonio again, would you believe, in October. So it looks like it's going to be a Texas fall. It's going to be a Texas. I'm going to be having a Texas time. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope what we did today inspired you. If you haven't got my pottery handbook, I do have a pottery handbook. It's called Simon Leach's Pottery Handbook. I haven't got one here to show you, of course, but you can get it on Amazon or any reputable bookstore. Check it out. People seem to like it. It's been out now for what, 8 years or so. Yeah, it's got lots of pictures, photos. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget, keep practicing. And I'll see you later. Bye for now.